So let me introduce you my newest obsession. This is Thrustmaster Grand Prix 1. It's the very first racing wheel that I ever owned. I bought it in 1998 and I didn't know I still had it. I was sure I had, gotten rid of it, but no, I found it from a warehouse when I was cleaning. So here it is, and I tried it and it doesn't work. Haha, surprise! Not really a surprise. The potentiometers are all broken. Some more than others, but they don't really work, and it's no surprise because this piece of crap started acting up 2 months after I bought it. So no surprise that they don't really work. Yeah, Grand Prix 1. The thing that you actually wanted back in the 90s was obviously Thrustmaster T2. This thing, unlike that one, is the cheap version. This doesn't have a gear shifter, but more importantly, it doesn't have any pedals. So these are the pedals. This is the brake and the other one is the throttle. So these are not flappy pedals to change gears. These are the pedals. And obviously you change gears with these buttons. So you really had your hands full with this machine. Vividly remember playing Grand Prix 2 and Grand Prix Legends with this, and it was so difficult. I can't even begin to tell you. So there's absolutely no sense in getting this up and running, but I want to do it. I don't know why. No force feedback, obviously. There's the bungee cord that kinda acts as a centering force and resistance for the wheel. Needs to be replaced as well. I did buy some new potentiometers for it. Here's one. Obviously they sent me the wrong ones. This thing, the diameter is too small on the axle and it lacks grooving. So I'll need to see if I can get this to fit somehow, or if I'll need to return this, but yeah. You idiots. But yeah, anyway, my goal is to make this working again, and the problem is that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not an electrician, but if nothing else, at least I'll learn something maybe. So let's try to get this thing working. So yeah, the first potentiometer is actually kind of on its place. Very professional attachment. As you can see, this is like MacGyver stuff. I took a piece of plastic off from the wheelbase and managed to fit the new smaller potentiometer on its place. I don't care how it looks as long as it works. Also, I did one of the attachments. The wire is attached there. I did the soldering with this. A soldering iron that has been in my family for centuries. But yeah, it's a little bit too clumsy. I decided that I should buy a new one, so I did a new soldering iron. So now we'll just have to try and where's the wire? Here. Try to attach this wire over here, and then we can actually try out the wheelbase if it works or not. We'll see. Alright, there we go. It's going to be a little bit tricky, I'm sure. There we go, we've got some tin over there. There we go. It should be connected. So now we can try out the wheelbase. Let's connect it to the PC and see what it does. Obviously this wheel has got the ancient old game port connector, so I'm using this Rockfire game port to USB converter. We will now connect the USB onto the PC. There we go. Okay, so here we are. This is my joystick configuration, and we'll see what happens if we try to rotate the wheel. It's a moment of truth. and it works like a charm. Holy Moses, it actually works. Boys, I made something work. Very good. So now let's try to fix the force feedback on this machine. This is the old force feedback. This is the new force feedback. Come on, I know you can fit in. There we go. Over there. Okay, there we go. Finally, I got it through. It was a pain in the ass, but I got it through. There we go. Force feedback. That was very annoying. Alright then, let's try to get the wheelbase back together, if we can. So there we go, the wheelbase is pretty much done. It's fixed, it should work. Now comes the difficult part, which is the wheel itself. So you can see there are potentiometers here. They don't have any attachments, so it'll be very interesting to see how I'll get the new potentiometers on their place. So the first potentiometer is in place, seems to be working alright. Mounting it is a pain in the ass because there's no mounting inside the wheel. The previous potentiometers were on place just by some hot glue, and I don't like that solution because I want to be able to remove and replace the potentiometers easily in the future if the wheel needs some maintenance or something. So I decided to create a kind of a mechanical mounting for it, and it seems to be working. It's a rather creative solution. Where's my stuff? A potentiometer, obviously, a washer that I modified slightly, double-sided tape. There is a ledge inside the wheel, so you can attach this into the ledge. Onto the ledge, and then you just place the potentiometer here and tighten the screw. So pretty a creative solution, but seems to do the trick, and it should be easy to maintain in the future. Very annoying to put in place, obviously, because the gear wheel on the potentiometer has to align perfectly with this counterpart. So it takes some time to get it exactly on the right place, but seems to be doable. So let's do the other potentiometer. And there we go. It's in place. Looks sturdy. Looks very good. Now all we need to do is just to connect the wires. Alright, and they are connected. And now I guess there's nothing more to it but to test if it works or not. Interesting times, boys. Okay, so the wheel is now connected. Let's see if we can calibrate. Let's see here. And calibrate, please. Next.
center, all every direction. Okay, it seems to be working. Here's the throttle and here's the brake, and turns left and right. Seems that also like I have a decent wheel resolution here, so looks very promising. That should be it. It should be operational. We don't need those, and we're finished. And it's calibrated. Let's take it for a spin then, shall we? And here we are in Grand Prix 2, taking our Thrustmaster Grand Prix 1 for a test drive. The very game that I used to play with this very wheel in the 90s. So we are definitely returning back in time. I already configured the joystick, but I do want to calibrate it because it was a little bit weird. Left, right, center, full throttle, no throttle, full braking, no braking, and calibration is completed. The wheel works very well. It's a little bit like loose. I think I should tighten my bungee rope a little bit, but other than that it's fine. Let's just do some practice runs again around Monza. Why not? Because it's a track that I know very well, so let's jump in. One thing that you instantly notice compared to modern wheels is how incredibly small the wheel is. Like the diameter is very tiny. And honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, it's very difficult to keep it straight in high speeds, but it's pretty good. It's way better than what I remembered. Like I remembered when I had lots of difficulties staying on the track with this thing back in the days, but either I am a better driver now, or maybe the new potentiometers are better than the old ones, or the wheel resolution is better, but it's pretty good. Although, you know, not quite as accurate as the new wheel. Obviously, I mean, there is 20 years of development in between my current Thrustmaster and this, but you know, it's not that bad. Yeah, straight lines, they are a pain. I really need to like tighten the bungee rope. What we are going to do next, it'll be a separate video, but we are going to arrange a competition where I will compete against myself in the turn-based multiplayer mode in Grand Prix 2, and the other me is going to play with this wheel, and the other me is going to use my Thrustmaster RS 500, and we will see how much faster, if any, my new Thrustmaster is compared to this old wheel. What does like 20 years of development mean? Man, it's hard to drive straight. You really miss the... Like, this game obviously does not have force feedback, but with a modern racing wheel, the centering force is so good, and it's very accurate to drive. But with this one, it's a real pain to keep it straight. Okay, so I just checked out what lap time I did in my hardcore season in Monza. I got like P2 in qualifying, and my lap time was 1:33.980. So let's see what we can do. Let's make sure we have the correct setup here, and we'll do just a couple of laps, and we'll try see how close we can get to the lap that we did with our better wheel in our hardcore season. So let's see what we can do. Not great, not terrible. That was a bit slow. It's very difficult to be accurate with your steering inputs. Second Lesmo was a little bit slow. Almost screwed up the entry into Parabolica, but here we go. (1:26.4), and what was the time that we were supposed to beat? 1:33.9, so we were more than 2 seconds slower, unfortunately. But yeah, I didn't really practice at all for this, so yeah, I'm sure I could improve quite a bit. But next up we're going to, oh crap, we're going to make a little competition between my new wheel and this old wheel in Grand Prix 2 in turn-based multiplayer against myself. Should be interesting. That'll be on the next video, so stay tuned. So this was a fun little project, and it was very rewarding to be able to fix my very first racing wheel. Even though just about everything on the wheel was broken, it wasn't too difficult to fix it, since it is a relatively simple machine after all. Also, driving was a pleasant surprise, even though it is currently too sensitive on a straight line. Operating the throttle and brakes Zanardi style with your hands was actually way easier than I remembered. So that was nice. Don't think I'm going to use this wheel a lot, but it's fun to have it operational. Also, stay tuned for the competition between two Thrustmasters with 20 years of age between them. See you later. Bye bye.